Hey guys, welcome back to Mutual Friends Podcast. How are you? How you doing? Are you driving in the car? Are you listening to this while you're cleaning, getting ready? And how are you in that state of being? With me, I have Joseph Baus.
Hello.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because yesterday, somebody got mildly intoxicated. Mildly. Day drinking.
It's a dangerous business.
It's a dangerous business. It'll slap you sideways.
Yeah.
I haven't been that drunk in a very long time.
Yeah. Weeks. As you said.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest quotes of yesterday.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You looked at me when we were at the bar and you said, I haven't been this drunk in so long. And then, took a brief pause. You're like, weeks.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that is a long time.
Weeks? When was the last time I was that drunk?
I don't know. Weeks ago, apparently.
I don't think it was, mere weeks ago. I don't think...
Drunk Sarah says differently.
Oh.
So...
I trust her.
Yeah. I would certainly.
I went out with some girlfriends yesterday, day drinking, and I'm not sure day drinking is for me. However, I posted a TikTok and somebody was like, oh girl, this is what you do. You get home, you drink a liquid IV straight away, drink all of it, you take a nap, you get up by 7 p.m., you'll feel fine, and you will still go to sleep on time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, we have this down to a science.
Yeah.
Somebody
in the comments also said water would only make it worse.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that's bad advice.
No, water will always make it totally fine. But I don't know what was up with me last night. I could not fall asleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I stayed very still. And when I can't fall asleep, I'll basically pretend I'm asleep.
Yeah.
But be very, I'm aware. And, you can, talk to me. I'm
I think
awake.
we fell asleep a couple of times. For a minute.
And then just come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not.
When I went to sleep, though, I think you fell asleep. Too, didn't you?
Yeah. Did you, get up? Were you gone for a second or something? I feel like I woke up and you weren't there.
Yeah.
Maybe you went to the restroom or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways.
We talked about my book. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah. We talked about your book. You finished your book. Yeah. Oh, you were sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were sad about your book. And then there's 3 more out, right? What's the book that you're reading?
It's... The
recommendation?
Third book of the Red Rising series, Morningstar. And then the next book is Iron Gold.
Love it.
Yeah, very good. If you like sci-fi, definitely recommend.
Yeah, I think this is going to be on my next TBR.
It's a mild romance.
See, and that's where you lose me a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not a selling point for me. I want fucking.
Yeah, no, none of that. None of that.
None of that. But that's okay. The way that you've described it in the reviews made me really very interested.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
Yeah.
I've read 3 books in 14 days.
Yeah, you've sped through these, and you've been so overwhelmingly it's clear almost amazed. You've been talking about them a lot, which is a really good sign.
This might very easily become my favorite book.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Sarah J. Maas?
I feel like it's different.
I can totally understand that.
Literature-wise, these are just better.
Yeah, for sure. We're not reading Sarah J. Maas for literature. Although the woman can drop some bars. I was reading, flipping through, TikTok, and it was, some of the best, Sarah J. Maas quotes. And I was like, wow, she's,
She got some good one-liners.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
She does. And I was thinking about, I would like to sit down and write some poetry or something. I would like to sit down and write something really profound. And I was thinking about how hard it would be for me to say anything intelligent or profound. And she just has done it a lot. I was like, oh my God, how does she do that? I feel like I couldn't say something super deep. I remember I wrote a poem in my notes app a while ago, and I look back at it and I still I appreciate it for what it is. And I'm like, we're certainly not Shakespeare over here.
No, it's a hard job.
Yeah, it is. Glad you're liking that book. I am on my third reread of ACOTAR.
Yeah, that's my 9th book I've finished this year.
Yeah, I realize we're not in competition for reading, but also,
yeah,
I'm not winning.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's personally hurtful.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. What else is new? I went to South by. Oh yes, took a week off. Thank you guys so much. Because I was in South by, I was traveling. Honestly, I haven't felt that amount of stress in a long time. The past couple weeks, like my skin, I don't know if you can tell on camera, I am having to put a lot more makeup on. Not because I'm ashamed, but like, you know, I'm on camera, like I'm doing things. I want to show up nice for you guys. And I went and got my facial on Friday. And I was like, she's like, how are you? How's your skin? And like the place is like dim lighting. So this was before I got on the table. She has her light or whatever. I was like, oh, it's shit. Like it's awful. My skin is atrocious.
Yeah, she said your skin was angry.
Yes, she was like, your skin is very angry. I know why. And I know that some of it has to do with my stress. Was that right?
I think it has.
Yeah, you do it.
Just has to do with my stress.
Oh, I would just added an extra thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's definitely because of my stress.
Yeah. So what is South by for the people who don't know?
Oh yeah, it's kind of upsetting to me how many people don't know about it because it's like something.
People either like really understand what South by is and are amazed that you spoke at it, or they're like, what?
They're like, what's that? And like they want to be excited for me because they can tell I'm excited, but I can tell they don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So South by Southwest, or
also like terrible name.
What?
Like great name. But like if you're trying to like let people know what this conference is, that gives me nothing.
Yeah. Well, and they're really like you kind of can't like even Tribeca. Well, I guess Tribeca Film Festival. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
Tribeca,
at least you tell me it's a film festival.
Right, but this is music, film, business.
Yeah.
And tech.
Yeah.
Like it encompasses so much. It's honestly South by was what I wanted Fashion Week to look like. In Austin, they totally take over the city, and they have so many activations, and like shipped the like grocery delivery service. Like they made a grocery cart about the size of a monster truck, and they were driving it around the city, and then they'd park it and like hand out free like these little pouches. I got you one, and like there's that stuff everywhere. And like Tide had they like take over bars and little like restaurants and things and make them into these activations, and they transform them. The amount of money that goes into these activations is crazy. And then there's concerts every day all over the city. And then film, there's a ton of film premieres. I would love to go I didn't go to any film things. I went to a weird comedy they advertised it as a comedy show to get people to go, but it was actually a comedy award show. And like the creators and like voices on King of the Hill were there. What's that guy? Nick? Is it Nick? Who did I text you was there? And it was a deal. Oh God, I don't know. Anyway, there's several like huge comedians. And that was Sophia Bush. She's not a comedian, but she's friends with one of the like comedians that got an award. Anyways,
Tom Segura was there. Not at the awards.
Not at the awards. But he was launching his tequila. And I did not get to go to that bar because I was like doing something else. Anyway, South by, it's a giant festival in Austin, Texas, and there's like talks that you can go to, and there's activations, and there's concerts. Like there's things like everywhere. There's things associated with South by, and there's a lot that's like not associated with South by. Like you don't have to have a ticket. They just like make an activation or do something because so many people are there. I talked at South by Southwest, and so just know if you don't know what that is a big thing. And it is a big deal. And I am very proud of myself. I didn't love the talk. Because of the setting that they gave us. Like they gave us. So when you think of a talk, like what do you think of?
TED Talk.
Yeah. Like a single person. Saying something. And last year, I went with the company that I work for. And last year they did a panel. So they had a moderator and like 3 talk people, including my CEO, and then I think some like I don't remember who else. But this year they said it would just be 2 of us, and like neither of us were a moderator. So I was like, are we talking back and forth? Like are we supposed to like fake a podcast?
Yeah, it's also really hard to have like a natural conversation like up on stage with just two people without a moderator.
Yeah. And so I was sort of the one leading the talk, but then I was speaking with my CEO. He would ask me questions. And like from the get-go, I was not very comfortable with this setting. Like I was like, oh, this is going to be a little awkward. But I kind of just trusted. We also fucking changed the talk. Like we didn't change what we were saying, but like you would think that we would have this down, week at least, probably like 2 weeks before we're practicing. 0%.
Yeah.
0%.
Like morning of.
Yeah. Like I had a whole plan, and then like working with my CEO, like he was like, it'll be fine. Like, and we were like workshopping that morning. It was so fucking nerve-wracking. And I wasn't nervous that week to public speak. Public speaking does not bother me. As soon as I have the mic, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And as soon as I was up there, I'm fine. And I know how to direct a conversation, but not having that plan. And when we got off, like we knew we were like, okay, with what we did a good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would probably recommend we don't do the 2-person talk again. Right. But it was fun. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that stress is over.
Yeah.
This was also kind of a weird week. Did a big thing. I'm not going to say what that big thing is.
No, not yet.
No, I'm not going to say what that big thing is. But I did a very big thing. And so we are like now on the other side of a lot of emotions. A lot. So then I went drinking. Had a great time.
Yeah, spent like 12 hours drunk.
Yeah, I couldn't get sober, which in the video.
We did a Waffle House at like 11:30.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah. That was amazing. I loved it. I love Waffle House so much, except I absolutely. My mom's texting me. Is StubHub legit to purchase tickets from?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, StubHub is legit. Have you ever used? Oh, have you seen Game Time?
No.
I've never used it either, but it's like I've heard ads about it all the time, and it's like for last minute tickets. I feel like that'd be very fun if you lived in a city with a lot of things going on. Anyways, anything new with you?
No, not really.
Yeah.
We were both in Texas when you're at South by Southwest, but very different parts of Texas. Mm-hmm. I was stuck in Dallas.
Yeah.
But no, besides that, just live, laugh, lovin'.
Live, laugh, lovin'. We're both traveling again this week, and we thought that we were coming on the same flight home, and like accidentally booked it, and then we're not.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but we are getting in within like an hour and a half of each other, which is exciting. Yeah, well, we've got some good stories, and we have a recap to do.
Yep.
We are going to be talking about Love is Blind, the reunion. So if you haven't watched it and you don't want anything spoiled, this will be like the ending story, so you can listen to the rest. Otherwise, we've got and if you haven't watched the thing at all, but you just want to hear the tea, we'll give it to you. It is so freaking funny. All right, are you ready for the stories?
Yep.
Fabulous. All right, let's go to the group chat. If you are new here, the group chat is our top 3 stories that we go over of the week, top trending, what's interesting, all the kind of things. We're not going to gloss over it. First story, TikTok ban.
Yeah.
That bullshit.
Jeff Jackson sucks.
Jeff Jackson, I cannot imagine having so much hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It's...
he's lost like 400,000 followers.
Good. I hope he loses every single one of his supporters. It's disgusting, and it's so disheartening to have somebody when he won, like whatever, I don't remember like his exact... Do you remember what it was?
Well, like most recently?
Have you seen the thing like that people are stitching the video he posted when he was like, we did this? And
I can't remember, I don't know if that's his most recent election or just like when he got elected.
What's his most recent election?
He became the primary nominee for North Carolina AG.
That's it. And he made a video about that. Attorney General? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Well, there's the Attorney General and there's the Adjunct General.
Oh, God.
I don't know which one he was.
I feel like...
I would probably say Attorney General.
I think it's Attorney General. Anyways, like, he literally made his political platform on TikTok and then went back around and voted for the ban. I cannot imagine being that fucking dumb.
He made a whole video. He's like, I don't think it's going to get banned. And then voted Yes.
Yeah.
For the TikTok ban, and so people were big mad.
Yeah, and then oh my goodness, I just knocked the microphone. Are you okay, guys? Blink twice. The fact that, and then he deleted it.
Yeah.
And his next video was like, I saw documents that like we're not allowed to share about that were really alarming. And I'm like, no, you fucking didn't. No, you didn't. You're lying. You're lying. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Anyways, yeah, I obviously I think this ban is so. It's a ban. First of all, people are like, this isn't a ban. I'm like, it's a forced sell.
Yeah.
Which is
concerning because only like 10% of like TikTok's users are in the US.
Yeah.
So it's
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What? 170 billion is 10% of their users?
Yeah, I think they have like 1 point something billion.
Holy shit.
On the ByteDance version of TikTok.
Okay, yeah.
So it's interesting. It's like, why would they sell to appease 10% of the population?
But also, I know it makes them so, because not all of their sectors have TikTok Shop.
I mean, like, only 10%, maybe like their internal population, but
their revenue
could still be driving 75% of their revenue.
Yeah, which I think it is, especially because U.S. advertising and things. I just cannot imagine. And the people making these decisions, these trials are so embarrassing.
Yeah, the guy's like, have you ever served China? And it's like, I'm Singaporean. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that is. I'm like, I have never felt like, I've always been like, yeah, the government, no, we're not doing so hot over here. But seeing this, I'm like, I feel like I've never had this much evidence that gives me such a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is, I can't believe that this is happening. And it's for, I don't know if people actually think this is tinfoil hat. Like, I don't think this is a tinfoil hat thing. Like, this is because it is an information sharing app that they cannot control.
Yeah, especially like in an election year.
Right. This isn't, and that's not like conspiracy
theory. It's
theory.
Also just like every other social media is probably paying the politicians a lot of money.
So much fucking money.
I'm
saying fuck a lot today. I feel like I need to calm down. I'm gonna take a drink. Take a sip of my water.
Like, to pursue this ban.
Yeah.
So it's just a really interesting thing.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what the Supreme Court does, because like people are pretty sure that this has no legal standing.
I didn't think about that. And you are so much more versed in our political system than I am.
Because usually like the only time the government can get involved with like companies like this is if they somehow have a monopoly.
Okay, which they don't.
And so there isn't a lot of legal like what's the word? Not pretense. Like
legal precedents?
Yeah, precedents for what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So people are interested from a like law standpoint.
When does the Supreme Court get involved? Because
after it passes.
Wait, so it could pass and they could be like, wait, this is unlawful?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think it would have to become a law for them to then have to weigh on the law.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's also being an idiot.
Yeah.
For saying that he's going to sign this.
Yeah. I'm like,
when like he needs the 17
supporters
or like the 18 through like 24-year-old voters in the election year. Yeah, just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that we're in so much trouble. As far as like a lot of people reached out to me.
Yeah.
It was like that day they're like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I don't want to speak right now." Like, I don't want to talk. Yeah. I couldn't really talk about it. Like, obviously as a social media person, that essentially like when you hear that news, that is the same as hearing that your company is laying off. Like people like that, that is for me, to be very transparent, that's like my biggest form of income. And so it was scary. I'm not really scared anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll make it work one way or the other.
Yeah. Oh, First, I'm going to throw my phone, and then I'm going to adjust your mic to make sure that it is recording. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like, there's one side where I think the likelihood of this actually completely going that way is not high.
Yeah.
for many reasons. And then there's also just from a business perspective, of course, this caused some phone calls, this caused some discussions, and yeah, and like I know I need to diversify my channels. My channels are diversified. It's certainly not the audience that I have on TikTok, but they are diversified. And there was a minute there where I was like, wow, I just got over the stress of South by now. Like,
immediately back into this. Yeah.
I'm going to like shit my pants. But now I feel very, very calm and very confident. And I've had a lot of discussions. And it was a lot of like discussions that I had to have a few years ago about like trusting myself and realizing that like I got myself to where I am now, and so why wouldn't I get myself farther and stuff like that. A lot of self-doubt or like anti-self-doubt chats, which has been good. I think that's healthy. But yeah, the TikTok ban, we're not gonna like report on like what's happening every week. Honestly, I don't think that there's going to be a lot of news. I think this is going to die down like
until the Senate takes it
right. There's not much else to talk about. So that's the thoughts. Next story. So Cara Delevingne, her house went up in flames.
Like whole house?
Yeah. Oh. Let's see. 94 firefighters showed up to fight the blaze. It was big. It was a really big fire, which spread into the attic and collapsed the roof.
Oh no.
Her 2 cats were not lost in the fire. They are safe and sound, so very happy. But yeah, like that.
Do you know what started it yet?
No, nobody said anything about what started it. But it was in California. I mean, it's obviously a very big house, but I think fires are one of those things that I have like a weird irrational fear about. Like a fire is so devastating and like jarring. Like it's quite dramatic. It's such a dramatic thing to happen. And so it's like
right up there with tornadoes.
Yes. Yeah. Like if a tornado just like busted through your home and it feels I'm going to say something dumb. I know what I mean. And so I'm going to hope that you guys know what I mean. Like it feels very personal.
It's like an attack.
Yeah, it feels like an attack.
Tornado.
Agreed.
It's like why
me?
Yeah.
And then it's
like being smited.
Yeah, and it's such I think it's also because like it is a very physical thing to happen that you can look at the evidence. You can look and see the devastation.
It's also like a hurricane, right? Like a hurricane is like miles upon miles like of destruction in its path, right? Like a tornado could very easily hit the house beside you, like jump, not hit your house, and then get your neighbor's house.
Yeah.
It's like, nah. Yeah. This is a personal attack.
Yeah,
the wind is angry.
Yeah. And so, it's up in flames. Obviously, she's well. I think that nobody was hurt. No, nobody was there. Or, hold on. She was there because it was at like 3 a.m. or something. It was really early in the morning. She got out. I think
reminds me of that time in college when I came home from a weekend and like my apartment complex was on fire.
Yes. And I remember that.
I like was trying to go home and they're like, you can't go home. Like there's a fire.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what room it was in? And they're like, oh yeah, it was like 112. And I lived in 110. Yeah. And I was like, well, there goes my entire fucking life.
Yeah. Did you guys have any damage?
No, they had to bust in our door.
Oh yeah.
So we had a broken door for a while.
Yeah.
But no, nothing besides that. The Keurig blew up.
Yeah, their apartment was
a total
when we
loss.
Walked past it. That was really bad. But yeah, that's incredibly scary. I'm so glad that everybody's okay.
Yep.
And last one, Love is Blind reunion.
What?
That's the last. There's 3 stories. Love is Blind reunion is the last story.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Kate Middleton.
No, you said that you wanted to boot that story. Although, let's touch on it.
Yeah, well, now I'm like kind of concerned because the BBC is apparently like on standby.
What?
To make an announcement about something.
Really?
Yeah, but like I don't know. It was a TikTok.
Right. Oh, well, yeah.
And BBC isn't saying shit. So
yeah,
fishy things are afoot with Kate Middleton.
It's just like people like the conspiracy theories. People are always going to have conspiracy theories about the royal family, but it's too many things. I'm like,
yeah, well, that was my thing.
Clearly hiding something.
Yeah, I was like, at first, I didn't buy into any of it. I was like, whatever.
She had a surgery. Like, it's not a big deal.
I think they are only making it worse.
Oh, they're making it 12 times worse, which is why I'm like, you have, I'm sure, some of the best PR professionals well, you would hope, like...
No, they're dumb idiots.
No, for sure. But you would hope that you'd hire the best PR professionals for the royal family. And yet, here we are. And they are really, really messing it all up. Yeah, it is bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was reading an article yesterday from CNN, and like, I thought that maybe this was an opinion piece, but it doesn't say opinion piece.
You thought that, huh?
No, I did not think that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
was words directly from someone else's mouth.
Yeah.
If this was an academic setting, you just plagiarized.
So, if there's one thing about me, it's that 30% of my thought.
30? All right.
I'd say 30.
Okay.
You think whatever are actually Joseph thoughts. I don't. That one was bad because I actively took credit.
You fully believed you thought that too.
Yeah, I did. And I did it. Yeah, I told him this yesterday. And you're right. You were like, oh, it's probably an opinion piece. And then I looked and I was like, it doesn't say opinion.
Yeah.
Versus me. I was just like reading the article like every dumb idiot who reads anything on the internet and believes it word for word.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like...
I can't believe that.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to get better at giving you credit where credit is due.
I think you got a long road to go.
I think so. So sorry. Well, you're so funny. I mean, that one wasn't like a funny thing.
I'm also so intelligent. So
you're so funny. You're so intelligent that I have to steal it.
That was like when we were hanging out with some of your friends, and I was talking about what bar I was going to, like, afterwards. And they're like, oh my God, that's Sarah's favorite bar. And I was like, no, it's my favorite bar. Sarah just takes everything that I love and makes it her own.
And here's the thing, like, I also talk about it, like, I'm the one with the platform. I'm the one who, talks a lot. So a lot that I say in videos stems from our conversations. Yeah. And then my mom loves to remind me that I am, quote, famous, whatever. Like, I got my internet platform because of the recipe that she taught me, which, so apparently I have no original thought.
Yeah.
And
it's always funny when I'm watching a video and you'll say something and I'm like, that's my joke.
well, then get a platform, which I think you should have one.
No.
I think every single day, the minimum this man needs is a solid Twitter account. He is so funny. Now, if we're going the two of us, which I know we disagree on this, I still think I'm funnier.
I think we have very different funnies.
We do have very different funnies. I have been told, again, by my mother, I'm not funny, but I'm funny to,
laugh
interact with.
Yeah.
I just do funny things. Yeah. I don't think that is what I'm going for.
Yeah.
I want to be funny. And my family doesn't believe me, but I'm considered the funny one in many of my friend groups. Mm. I am. You can ask him. Why are you so silent?
Just don't have a lot to add.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you may be the funny one in your friend group, but when you're stealing my material, who's really the funny one?
That's in my original content. That's my original content. Anyways, so I was reading an article trying to get the latest updates, and honestly, what?
I'm just thinking about the opinion piece.
I thought it was an opinion piece. So Joseph thought it was an opinion piece. I was trying to read something to get the latest, whatever, a synopsis. It was a little bit harder to find because most people are just everybody is screaming about Kate Middleton. I'm correct. Can I get why we're screaming? The photo, we all know this. And this line, the article, they were talking about how there's grainy photos, an altered image, vague medical information, and irregular updates from the British royal family have kept the public guessing. And then they said that's never a good thing. I was like, oh, that's a kind of interesting thing to say in an information article. That's a little bit more of a personal thing. And then this line had me am I reading this right? Is this truly something published by CNN? Catherine's so-called disappearance has led TikTok and X users to swan dive into bizarre conspiracy theories and jokes so thickly intertextual it makes one wonder if social media really does give us brainworms. I really botched the punchline there. Damn. Anyway, the fact that somebody said social media is giving us brainworms. The fact that they said brainworms in an article on CNN, I was like, what? But it didn't say
That's why you thought it was an opinion piece.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
see.
I can't. Oh, okay. Shall we move to the reunion?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. I was going to get real conspiracy theory about Kate.
Oh, feel free.
No.
Also, our Uber Eats. This podcast is being unofficially sponsored by Celsius and Uber Eats, although Uber Eats isn't doing a good job because it says their estimated arrival is 10:35. I ordered this at 9, and where they're picking up from is approximately 7 minutes from the house.
Yeah, we could have walked there and back.
Destiny, what's going on? I feel like I should send a message everything okay?
Or just cancel it.
Actually, should I just cancel it?
Yeah.
Well, they already did the shopping. I don't think I can cancel it.
Oh,
so I'm trying to click this send a message and it's not message sending, whatever. Yes, the Love is Blind reunion. So I took some notes. Their production was fantastic. So the production team did a wonderful job with the whole intro.
Yeah, the intro was really cool.
Was phenomenal. And I thought as a whole, they did exactly, they hit on the points that they should have. They didn't skirt over anything, I think. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, the hosts were real feisty.
Yeah, they were. They were not afraid to go straight into the issues, and they weren't asking the questions in any vague sense.
Oh no, they're like, why did you do this?
Yeah, they're like, you realize that looks this way and you did it anyway. Yeah. Why? And then they would keep asking why if they didn't get a straight answer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So some key points, 80s pasties.
Terrible.
Yeah, I felt so bad.
Your beautiful dress.
She looked stunning. I felt bad that the particular dress, and also it made me think how else, how would you wear that? Truly, how would you wear that dress? Because any pasties are going to show up.
Yeah, I think you would need to either match it better to your skin tone or match it better to the dress's color.
This is it's a physics thing for women. The size of your pasties really matter in dresses like that, because since it goes flush to the boob, sometimes that layer difference, or there's a height difference, it will cause a divot. And so if they're too small, they're just covering your nipples, you'll just see these circles. But if they're bigger, then the sides of the pasties can go more towards the outer boob and you don't see them because it's just sort of covering. Do you know what I mean?
Nope.
Yeah, I can tell by your...
Not an idea in the world of what you just tried to tell me, but I appreciate it.
Well, I'm thank you for appreciating it.
Yeah, so I think you need to either match it better to the color of the dress or match it better to your skin tone. And it was darker than her dress, but lighter than her skin tone.
Yeah.
And it made it really, noticeable.
Yeah. And I'm sure, if she sees that, because it's just a distraction, but it's just something that takes away from the dress. But she still looked stunning. Calling out Sarah Ann for saying it was a reality show meant to entertain. Yeah. I was like, oh,
I was like, they're low-key having breach of contract conversations in the middle of this reunion.
They
and I
thought
that was really funny.
Yeah, 100%. They were directly calling people out about breach of contract stuff. And it was very smart because they really, by the end of this, they reaffirmed Love is Blind as being a wholesome, true, it's about true love.
Yeah.
It's about finding that person. People should be there for the right reasons. Yeah. And it really, what would be the word? If I wanted to say pedestalized, but I'm very aware that's not a word, what would be the word that I would use?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Idolized?
No, that's not what it is. I'm sure you listening are probably have a word in mind, but I'm saying like, you know, I'm going to say pedestalized. It makes sense. Like pedestalized the show and like put it up on this higher ground that obviously from a marketing standpoint is so smart. And I'm such a sucker. I'm like, Love is Blind is so different. Laura, what were your thoughts on Laura, what were your thoughts on Laura the whole season? And
really, neither here nor there.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I did not like her.
I thought she was a little bit of a pot stirrer.
Yes. No, that's in the beginning because she would like just run around and like tell people things or like
or whisper. Like tell people like half truths.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm not trying to like, you know, I just think I should tell you like as.
But then she wouldn't tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
She
really
was like,
bizarre.
You need to leave.
Yeah.
But like, no
context on why you should go.
You should go.
Yeah. But by the end,
Jeremy is an idiot.
Jeremy sucks. And nothing he does makes sense. And him and Sarah Ann are clowns. Like they were acting like clowns. They are clowns. I'm like, I don't even know if you guys like each other. Yeah. Like, I'm not
The whole thing's a mess.
That whole thing's a mess. Micah being there, I just wanted to point out that I don't like her. Yeah. And I don't like that she's like continuing on.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they want to bring like a mean girl. Yeah. But I don't think there was anything good from her.
No, I agree.
And I didn't like it at all. And we had issues with the toast that Clay does.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm not above you, I'm not below you, I'm here with you. Just terrible.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of lame.
Having your first beer at like 18 years old. And like, I need to say something profound.
Yes,
but also that's his whole vibe.
It is, yeah. You ask him about his day, and he's gonna go into the entire monologue about like.
I also don't like Clay.
You don't like Clay?
No, I think he's a clown.
I don't know. Towards the end,
he did really good in the reunion. I will give him that.
He did.
He was the only one of the men, except for maybe what's the dude's name?
Jimmy.
Yeah, maybe Jimmy, who came out like.
No, Johnny.
Oh, no. Well, Johnny's fine because he's halfway married to the love of his life. So he doesn't count. But I was talking about Jimmy.
I do think Jimmy came out on top as well.
Jimmy and Clay definitely came out the most unscathed.
Yeah.
Jeremy got roasted.
Yeah. We're gonna set Trevor aside.
Trevor got roasted.
We'll talk
Kenneth
about Trevor in a second. Kenneth got roasted a little bit. We'll talk. Yeah. Let's talk about Clay first.
Yeah.
I didn't like him the entire time, and then he did a wonderful job of the reunion. I'm still not totally convinced, but I think it's also because it's something that I don't really understand, like battling if you're a good person or a bad person. Mm-hmm. I'm like, do people, I don't know, like I guess, of course, like I don't know what that looks like, but the way he was describing it made me understand his point of view so much more, and like why. I guess like almost like self-sabotage. I also have not really, I don't think I've really struggled with self-sabotage. And so it's not something that I can really relate to, or some of the things that he said, I was like, it's hard when you're sitting, I'm like, that is dumb. What you just said is dumb. And it's also rude. So it's hard to have sympathy when you're like realizing like, oh, this is like a behavioral pattern that they can't break. And like, it's not their fault. But I'm like, what? But I thought he did a great job of describing his errors and describing like when he was talking about him going to therapy. And I really think he is getting help. And I don't like the notion of that AD was good for him, or that I don't like he needs her. Yeah, I think that is so toxic. And I don't find that to be love, nor do I find that to be healthy. And so that narrative that they still cling on to, it's not cute to me.
No, I agree.
It's not like you have to be independently, like you have to be able to stand on your own. Right. You can't need somebody like that. That's unfair. Yeah. So their whole, I still don't think that they should be together.
No, I agree.
And I think she knows that. Yeah. I do think that she would get back with him.
Yes.
and I wouldn't be surprised if after the reunion they did. Yeah. I haven't seen any updates on them though. Mm-mm. Chelsea and Jess are on a big press tour, so I feel like they are like releasing a lot of information. And Chelsea's kind of clearing her name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like really, she's like, I was portrayed like with only my insecurities, but there was a lot of conversations that we didn't see regarding the big fight that they had. And I guess like, I don't know, there was more that happened behind the scenes that is like, I guess validates her being mad that he was going out. I guess like he really... I don't know. He said he wasn't going out, or there was more around that, and there's always going to be more. I still think that she acted crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
She acted wild. Trevor.
Poor Trevor. Not poor Trevor.
Yeah, I don't think.
I like Trevor a lot at the beginning, but
yeah, me too.
His whole like I have a girlfriend sort of thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, did you not prepare for?
Oh my God! Yeah, he got up there. They asked him the first question that he absolutely knew that they were going to ask him. And he just sat there like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
And he's like, can I leave?
Yeah. Like.
It was so bad.
So bad. And the thing is, I know that there's contract obligations about the reunion. Like, you have to come back. And I'm like, was that a breach of contract? Because you barely, like, I'm assuming in the contract it says, like, you have to engage. Like, you have to talk.
Well, I mean, he ended up, like, sort of getting his words together.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone worse for him.
No, terrible.
What are your thoughts on, like, on his point, what he was saying? Toxic relationship and...
Oh, even if it's all true, just a terrible, like, way to go onto that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you're like, I don't really intend to marry this person. Like, we're just dating for fun.
Yeah.
But then, like, you say that, and then the first person you text once you get your phone back is the girl, and it's like, I love you, I'm going to marry you.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're lying.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, we're so toxic. Like, we're so toxic that, yeah, like, I said I love you, I'm going to marry. And, like, I can kind of understand that.
Someone should have coached that boy.
Dumb. Somebody should have coached him. Like, I
just felt bad for him when he was up there.
That was so bad. It was so dumb. Somebody DM'd me, was like, you should have Trevor on the podcast. I was like, would he stay? Would he answer anything? Would he speak? Like,
it's also hilarious that they're all from Charlotte.
Yeah. As two people who grew up part of our lives in Charlotte, or like suburb of Charlotte, our parents like worked in Charlotte. Yeah. I was like, and now I'm seeing the glamorization of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, which is, you hated it.
Okay. I don't like Charlotte. Like, let me put this into I don't hate Charlotte, and I think it's a beautiful city. I think it's actually quite clean. Yeah. I'm sure it's a great place to live. Like, if you're young and there's a lot to do, like, it's not a bad city. But like, when people in my mind are saying like, yeah, I'm thinking of either moving to like Nashville or New York or Charlotte. Yeah. And Charlotte's in that lineup. I'm like,
I would much rather live in Charlotte than
back
Nashville.
It up. I've never been to Nashville, so I can't. No. I can't provide insight there. But yeah, I just like when people like, yeah, Charlotte, like Charlotte looks so cool. I'm like, it's not. It is Charlotte. Not. It is not. Yeah. Super hot, and I feel like Charlotte people talk about Charlotte like it's the shit. Yeah. And I'm like, I think it's beautiful. I think it's a great place to live. I think the pricing's actually pretty good. Yeah. It's not hot shit. Like, it's still Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm so sorry if somebody's listening and you live there and love it.
Zach's going to be very angry.
Zach is going to be very angry. Zach, I totally understand. I know you're a Charlotte boy, but it's just not the shit. Nope. And it's definitely not better than Charleston. I will easily put that out there. And people get, like, who are not from the South, get them mixed up a lot. They're like, are you from Charlotte? I'm like, no, I'm from Charleston.
Yeah, I feel like they're very different.
It's hard to, like, you can't really put them next to each other, but if I had to, of course, like, I'm picking Charleston. Yeah. And we've got the beach. So.
Yeah, the beach is a plus.
And the beach is a plus.
But they also have sports.
Yeah, the big stadium, the one that we went to watch soccer.
Bank of America?
Yeah, because they have a soccer team, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish we had. Well, we do. We have the Battery, but it's not the same.
Yeah, they have like an
league.
actual FC club.
Yeah, we have like no sports here. Stingrays, which also we haven't been to a Stingrays game in.
All of our stuff is minor league.
Yeah.
And there's like minor league.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, our Uber Eats is on the way.
Well,
after 2 hours, we'll get Celsius because I think you're slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell we're declining.
Yeah,
we're declining. I thought that was a great episode. I was actually so excited to get back, guys. Like I was so excited to talk to you. I was so excited to catch up. I think that we're like due for like a Q&A. We're due for. Yeah, just a little
audience interaction.
Yeah. I want to hear from you guys.
We should set up like a old school like call-in like show. That'd be so funny.
I am so down, but that requires like you to be recording at the same time, like, and so they know when to call in, and that's also like call-ins are for live shows, but what we do have that I don't think anybody knows that we have is on the podcast page, on the podcast page, Spotify podcast, whatever, /mutual friends. Like it's linked in our socials. You can leave us like a voicemail.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can leave us a voice message.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone has ever done it. Maybe one person. I'm trying to think, like way back when.
No, that's interesting.
But yeah, you can absolutely leave us a voice message. I think that's something that we should do often. And I would really, really like to do that. But we'll put up.
We should have like a what they used to call it back in the day, like the advice columns.
Oh, Dear Abby?
Yeah, Dear Abby's.
Yeah.
Like people write in and we give them shitty advice. We could do like a whole segment where like you're the good like angel on the shoulder and I'm just the bad one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's really usually how like I think that goes. I feel like when you give advice, you love to lean into like toxic behavior.
Yeah, just because I'm like, it's not me. I don't have to deal with the consequences. So I'm like, you go be toxic. Let me watch.
That's so bad. Well, we'll put up some things on our Instagram stories to submit some questions. We can do an advice segment if you guys want. I think that would actually be great.
Anonymous, of course.
Oh yes, always anonymous. Everything's always anonymous. Want it to be,
and then we'll name drop the shit out of you.
Yeah, if you want us to. What if we did like, hey, like we're dropping news, like send us news or like things that you want us to deliver to people, and it's like this is to Connor R in Kentucky. She says that it wasn't her. It is about you, and you are the worst, and you are like breakups.
That'd be funny, but
that would be
I feel like it would be very like difficult logistically.
Oh, people would just send in things.
Yeah, but then like, how are they going to get that like clip of?
You'd hope that they listen to mutual friends.
Yeah.
Oh, and if they don't, honest, part of me feels like that's funnier. What if you break up, like send in a breakup, and then you never
like,
break up?
And in their mind, you ghosted the shit out of them, but actually you broke up with them like in front of an audience.
Or you just forget the ghosting and you wait until you're like waiting for them to listen to the episode or like find the podcast.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, it's almost like people who are afraid to break up. They're like, I did it. I just have to wait for them to find it. So they never break up with them until like one day they're like, I was listening to this podcast. I'll be like, oh my God, thanks. That was 3 years ago. Bye.
See you.
Guys, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. It's getting warm. We're going into summer, and I'm hoping that all of that good sunny energy is coming to you. I feel like we're kind of in a turning point season, so just check in with everybody. Something tells me that like there's big things like going on in a lot of people's lives. Most people I talk to, like when there's like seasons, it's usually change in seasons that also come and change in life.
Season of the Sticks.
Seasons of the Sticks?
Isn't that the Noah Kahn?
Oh, the season of the sticks and I. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are out of this. We are out of stick season. We are going into
Bumblebee season.
Our
frogs are back.
Your frogs are back. We have to close the show out, baby.
Okay, bye.
I'm trying. So if you guys are going through any big changes, feel free to DM and love you to give you a big hug. I'm hoping that it's very good changes. Otherwise, I love you very much. I hope you're having a fabulous week, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.